As I do every year, I would like to highlight the Esri User Conference, in this case 2023's event, July 2023, San Diego, California, USA. Look, how spatial is this? I even flew over the convention center on my way out of town. The mappiest place on earth, 20,000 GIS users from all over the world using Esri GIS to make a positive difference on the planet. Job board, networking, plenary sessions, technical workshops, and much more. Creating the world you want to see was the theme this year. As always, I loved the map gallery, inspiring digital and analog maps, telling stories from local to global scale all over the world. Lots of geo swag, including buttons and these wonderful shirts. Look at this, raster versus vector. You've got to love that geo joke. I was very inspired. These people at this conference is a very positive vibe at this event. I always tell people, go once in your lifetime. Just once. You'll be very inspired by people making a positive difference in their communities, in their countries, in their world. And I had the honor, as you saw in a couple of those photographs, working the Education Expo booth. And again, people wanting to get involved with educators and education. Many people teach in various capacities. We had 650 educators at our Education Summit the weekend before the user conference started. Look, Timothy Traynor from the U.S. Census Bureau, he and I worked together there. Wonderful people from all over, from all walks of life, including my own colleagues, Jennifer Bell, one of my favorite geo people, Story Maps lead. And the exhibit hall is something you could take hours and hours to go through there. Days, actually, because of the startup zone, the humanitarian zone, people making a difference in agriculture through zoology and everything in between. Here's my colleague, Dr. Paget, at the Esri 5K. There was lots of oxygen there at sea level, so I actually did pretty well. Look, I map and I know things. What's not to love about that? Here is some Sylvia Earle. I met Sylvia Earle, oceanographer. What a huge honor. And lots of nice banners that just warm the heartstrings, where GIS is where it's at. I would say there were several themes running throughout the conference. One, 3D analysis, not just visualization, but 3D analysis. Let me pause and mention these students. These 6th grade students, so basically 11 years old, talking about the new National Geographic Mapmaker app. Two of my dearest colleagues and founders of the Esri education team, Mike Phoenix and Ann Johnson there. The number 2 theme running throughout the conference was the touch points between BIM, CAD, and GIS, so internal and external space mapping. We have a 4-H grant after-school program. I loved meeting these 4-H students, as always. They give me great inspiration for the future. Austin Ramsey, for example, here, I met him when he was a sophomore in high school. Well, then I saw him several years later. He had graduated with his undergraduate degree. He's running his own company. He hands me his business card. He's got 1 employee. Oh my gosh, so inspiring people like that. I'm ready for my map. Look at this. I'd say the number 3 theme running throughout the conference was the use of AI-powered deep learning tools and algorithms. For example, we've got some feature extraction ones now in the Living Atlas of the World, which is amazing what it can do. We had some amazing speakers this year. Governor Walz of Minnesota addressed the education community. We had the NOAA chief. We had National Geographic Chief Education Officer. We had a National Geographic Explorer who's working in Southwest Africa, and many more inspiring people, including one of the people I admire most in this whole world, and that is Esri founder and president Jack Dangermond. Well, while I was eating my peanut butter and eating my oranges and eating in convenience stores, I was reflecting that, Joseph, you've been doing this a long time. Why? Well, I think it's helpful for me and helpful for you from time to time to think about why we're doing what we're doing, because we want to make a positive difference in the world. We want to empower organizations to make wise decisions based on the geographic approach, holistic thinking, critical thinking, and to build a better future for us all. Indeed, remember the conference theme, building the world, the kind of world that you want to see. Thanks for being with me, and map on.